Oh, good morning, folks. Good morning, subscribers. I've got me brew. What's on the agenda for today? Friends just phoned me up. Excuse me. ED. My Suzuki Bandit is weeing fuel everywhere. Can I bring it over? Yes, you can, sir. Right, so he's on his way now. It's on the back of his trailer. Let's get that bike fixed and back on the road for him. And this is ET Restoration. If you're new to my channel, if you like what you see, if you hit the notification box, what is that? It'll tell you when my next video comes out. I'm starting to get back into it now. I've been off for a long time, and I do apologise, guys, for the lack of content. But operations wait for no man. It has to be done. It's all done. So thumbs up. Okay, so yeah, like I say, Easy Restorations. Like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. I'm going to drink me brew and wait for my mate to turn up, and we're going to get my spanners out and get flinging. It's exciting, isn't it? Oh, raw. Here's my little chicken. Okay, we have the 650 Bandit in the stable. Right, tank's been off. There's been a leak down in here on the carburetors, all four of them, and they are a bitch to balance these on this bike, and the oil coolers the pipes tend to corrode and pop, but they seem okay. Right, first of all, fuel filter is absolutely chocker. That needs to be replaced. I found also a pipe on the tank. We've got crackage going on in there. That's not good, so I need to replace that. Yeah, it's all proper shitey, isn't it? That's the vacuum for fuel release, and we have a couple of breathers over here that were, in actual fact, wasn't connected. This is the breather system. Okay, one little thing I've just spotted just on observation. Is the light on? It is now. I don't know if you can see, we've got these little sensors, one on each carburetor, and this plug here, where is it? Come on, come to daddy. Come to daddy. Anyway, one cable was actually off. Can you see that? Oh, where is it? There. Yeah, that one there. See it? That's actually not connected. The other two, right at the back there, they are both connected to the carburetor. So three are connected and one isn't. This just falls on and off, so that needs addressing. I'm going to give those terminals a good clean up and then pop them back on and crimp them up a little bit so they're tight. But I need to really get into there and see why that sensor isn't working down there. Now, what I can feel at the back there is just literally a hole with a sensor, this electronic sensor, this thingamajiggy, where that should be. So I'm going to have to check down in there, see if it's vibrated and fallen out, and we'll do a little bit of homework, because I'm guessing it should have all four connected. There's a cable for it, it's in the right place, and there's a hole where the sensor should be. So all in all, quite a few little bits and pieces to be getting on with. What else? Well, I've had only a quick look at it, so I should do some more investigating, and I'll report back. Okay, the 650 Bandit. Right, after a little bit of information gathering, shall we say, those little carburetor sensors where there's only three instead of the four, and the cables are hanging off, they're not sensors at all. They are, in fact, the heating system for the carburetor, probably thermostatically controlled via a thermostat elsewhere on the bike, and probably the engine stat, actually. If it's cold, signal warms up the carburetors. Now I think they're tiny little glow plugs. I used to do RC racing with cars and trucks and all that kind of thing, and you get the little glow plugs. They look identical to glow plugs, which do burn out. The fact that there is only three in there, not actually four, is a little bit daunting. Now I don't think that the glow plugs, with the hole that the glow plug bolts into, I'm pretty sure that is just a recess, and there's no actual hole there. Otherwise you've got fuel and glow plugs. Yeah, not good. So I think it just literally warms up the aluminium casings on the 4 carburetors. That's what I think. I don't know for sure, but I think that's pretty much it. So that is the heating system. So I need to address that. I've got a little tiny, like a toothpick hook that I can get into the hole where the plug is missing and see if it is just a solid piece of aluminium with a thread in it, just for the glow plug to go in there and warm up. So that's first job. Second job is to find out, between each pair of carburetors you have this hole here. Okay, now from my old DeVille days, these used to come up as a pair of pipes and go to a T-piece and then go off to the airbox, but they are missing, completely missing off of this bike. So I need to find out a schematic and see where the pipes actually go to, and if they do indeed go to a T-piece. So a bit more investigating to be done, but it's all, that's the fun of it, isn't it? It's a bike that's been brought into me. I've never worked on a Bandit before. Bandit, I know what you're thinking. Easy, leave it out, leave it out. Okay, lots of innuendo ammo there, isn't there? Okay, I won't even say it, I won't say it. Okay, so right, let me crack on. I have pipage that I can use to go over those 2 little spouts, if you like. They're actually little T-pieces from each pair of carbs, so you have 2 T-pieces coming up and there's nothing coming off the top, and apparently the fuel's been coming out of those pipes. So right, I need to find out from Tinterweb whereabouts those pipes went to exactly. I'm hoping they go to the breather box. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but I need to find out. Right, catch you in a second. Bandit. Okay, here is a better picture of the heater glow plugs for the carburetor heating system. There's the first one. There's the second one down in there, and the third one is non-existent. Okay, I don't know if you can see the cable hanging down, but it is hanging down. It's right in the center of the picture now, doing nothing. Okay, having a bit of trouble getting info on this, but I will endeavour to chase up. Keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Right, back in the shed. I have one of these, what I said was a glow plug, out, and it's not a glow plug. Look, it is just literally a heating element. That brass there warms up. Simple as that. Right, okay, so because I have one missing, I've had a piece of cable up in this hole. This is number 4 on the right hand side of the carburetors. So I've had a piece of cable up in there, and it goes up about, I don't know, about this far, the cable, and it feels like there's some sort of, you know, pipe or a hole or a mechanism in there. So because I don't have one, I am going to block it off with a short bolt. Now, if we look at this, that is pretty much the same length, and it is just a basic M8 thread, which is fandabby-doozy. So that's going to go in the place where there isn't one, and I will instruct my mate Gary that is missing and see what he wants to do about it. They're 54 quid each. 54 quid for that. Anyway, whilst I've got this out, I'm going to clean up this terminal on the old thingy. Let's do it now. Let's just get it done. Simple as, isn't it? Ooh. That's it. Drop it on the floor. That'll do it a world of good. Easy. Where are we? Right. That is a lot better, isn't it? Okay, so I can go back in the bike, and I will reconnect the connector after I've given it a little toothbrush and a little clean up with some brake cleaner, and crimp it up a little bit so it's tighter on this bullet connector. Right, that's that. Let's get that done, get it crack on and get it done, sorted. Right, first problem, you see the width of that nut is 10mm. That goes into a recess, so that great big fat head is absolutely no good. If I grind that down, there is literally nothing to do this bolt up inside the carburetor with. So I have found this little bolt, which is the same length thread, and I have put a nut on it and screwed a longer bolt into that nut, so I've got something to hold on to, and I'm going to angle grind all that away and hopefully leave a 10mm sized nut on there instead of a 13 or 14, whatever there's 13. So I've got quite a bit of grinding to do to get down to there. A lot of fiddling around. Right, well, I've been grinding. Now, it's not pretty, but my 10mm socket goes on. That's all I am interested in, so that's good. Not bad for a Guinness. Right, let's get this off of there. That's going to be hot. That's going to be hot. Okay, let's get that in the carb after I've cooled it down a little bit. Right, after all of my hard work, I've gone to put the bolt in the hole behind that one. And guess what? Somebody has snapped this off. So you have this plug in there and all the thread, and the thread just comes to the, that's it, it's just the thread in the end. So I cannot even get my new mastered bolt up into the hole. So it is technically plugged, so that's a good thing. But what a waste of time. Why do people bodge things? I don't know. That is a pain in the ass, but I'm not even going to get involved in that because it is plugged. It's not hurting anybody. What I will do is I will insulate that cable that's just hanging around there, because that at some point will get a 12 volt voltage on it, and it could touch anything there, couldn't it, literally? So I will insulate that and crack on with the two hoses that are missing. Right, pain in the flipping chuffer. Okay, further investigation reveals to me that it isn't a 650 Bandit, because that is the injection model. This is the 600 Bandit. I keep saying that word, don't I? Oh, dearie me. Right, anyway. Oh, concentrate, easy, concentrate. Right, so anyway, those two pipes are on the little T-pieces between each pair of carbs, the left pair and the right pair. This little hose hole here, this is air vent pipes. So I have installed two air vent pipes, and I will route them under there and through there like so, shortly after I've put a little zip tie or something down in there to secure them in place. I need to now find a fuel filter amongst all of my gubbins. I know I've got one with the smaller outlets. I don't know if I've got one with a big outlet on it. Anyway, that can be up to Gary to sort out. So, engine breather, fuel tank breather pipe. Look at the state of that. I am going to chop that bit off and remake the end on it, because I think it goes just straight down, doesn't it? Yeah, it goes straight down there, so that's all cool. And then I can reassemble and see if it runs all right. I've tightened up the battery negative terminal. That was well loose, so that's all sorted out. I'm just going to go around it with a fine-tooth comb and sort it all out. The three carburetor heater plugs that are in there, that I've cleaned all the terminals off of all three of those, and they're all back in, they're all crimped up nicely, so that should be fine. Right, I will check the status of the battery, because when Gary tried to start the bike, it didn't like it. So, and it just sort of kept clicking. So I'm going to give that a bit of a boost if I can for an hour or so, and then give the guy a call, and Gary can come back and pick it up. Right, let's get it all back together and see if she fires up. Right. Okay, the Bandit is back together, the 600, and yeah, that's all right. I can't pull the clutch and press the button at the same time. I've only got two hands. I better not rev it up. There's a neighbour with a poorly headache. Yeah, it's not all good news, sadly. The one heater plug, we can live with that. You know, we've got three others running. The engine's going to get up to temperature pretty darn quick with that. And yeah, that's just what it is, isn't it? Otherwise, it's all carbs out. And trying to get a brass thread out of aluminium is just people's worst nightmare. Sometimes you'll be lucky, you'll squirt some cotton compound up in there, or some sort of lubricant, and get a left-handed thread, a drill bit, or a stud extractor, and you might just get lucky. But nah. So there's that to do if it needs to be done. More importantly, these blooming Bandits, they are renowned for the oil coolers to split. And this is no exception. It is actually leaking, which is a real shame. I found 2 patches of oil under the bike. I found a patch here, well, not here because the bike's now outside. Patch this side and patch that side. I'll show you that side. Bad news in a minute. So yeah, we've got oily woily coming out of there. I've just done what I can there to keep it, to sort of stem the flow, which it's just a no-go, isn't it? And this side, the bike hath been droppeth, and if you can see there is an actual crack. So this has been hit in the side, or it's been over. Now I can't see any damage. Well, there's a little bit of a scratch there on the fairing. Focus properly, you weirdo. But I mean, there's nothing really. There's no sort of obvious it's been over on its side sort of thing. You know, there's no real. A tiny bit of a scratch there, but yeah, the whole bike looks like it's obviously been over in its life at some point, especially if Kev's had a go on it. Hey Kev, it's in your old one, is it? And so yeah, there we have it. It is actually weeping oilage onto my thumb, and now I say there's quite a big patch on the floor. So yeah, this engine panel, luckily this is about 25 quid. That's not a problem. You know, it's half an hour's work, isn't it, to get that off and sort it out. The oil cooler, on the other hand, you can pick up a second-hand one for 50 quid, or go for a newish one for about 250 quid, which, what do you do? It's not my bike. Anyway, I've done what I can to it. So this chap's going to come and pick it up. Gary's on his way to pick it up shortly. Yeah, I think he's just going to move it on. He's going to get a Triumph Speed Triple, and that's coming here next week for some tinkerage. Right, catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so, because it ups the numbers and it makes the algorithms work somehow. I don't know. And then if you click the like, that also does something to the temperature of the North Pacific, I think. I don't know. But Winston is the knower of all, aren't you? Hey, see you later, guys. Bye.